Let's dive into how Independence Day Resurgence tried to continue the legacy of Roland Emmerich's 1996 sci-fi classic, Independence Day, and where all of this could have gone, especially now that Predator Badlands is cleverly mixing these universes. Back in 2016, Resurgence brought us a world that had moved far beyond the original invasion. Humanity was unified and actually pretty advanced, having spent the past 20 years reverse engineering alien tech to upgrade Earth's defenses. But of course, their biggest test was still ahead, because this time, the alien race known as the Harvesters returned in force, aiming to drill out Earth's molten core and leave our planet a dead rock floating in space. So let's dive into what Independence Day 3 can be about. What made it more interesting was the arrival of this sentient AI called the Sphere, which showed up on Earth as sort of a messenger for a bunch of other alien civilizations that had already been wiped out or devastated by the Harvesters. The Sphere basically rolled up, hoping humans would join this interstellar resistance. On the human side, you had familiar faces like Jeff Goldblum's David Levinson and Brent Spiner's eccentric Dr. Oaken returning, while new characters like Jake Morrison, played by Liam Hemsworth, Patricia Whitmore, and Dylan Hiller, Jesse T. Usher, stepping in for the legacy of Will Smith's character, picked up the fight. Noticeably missing, of course, was Will Smith himself. He decided not to come back, which forced the story to kill off his character off-screen. Although the sequel really did broaden the universe with cool ideas, like that coalition of alien species and Earth's slick hybrid tech, it didn't quite land with audiences. It underperformed at the box office compared to the original's monster success, and that pretty much slammed the brakes on any immediate plans for Independence Day 3. It left tons of dangling threads though, especially since Emmerich had once been so fired up to turn this into a trilogy. If we rewind to a 2016 interview he did with Empire Online, Emmerich actually talked a bit about what Independence Day 3 could have looked like. He hinted it would have taken things truly intergalactic, sending human characters through a wormhole in one of those rebuilt ships. It was supposed to happen just a year or two later, keeping most of the same cast from Resurgence and showing them leading the charge off Earth. He even teased it with lines like, "It'll be the classic of going into space, but it has to be about Earth, and we have a really good idea for that." It's not hard to guess where the story was heading, because Resurgence all but drew us a map. The Sphere outright told our heroes that it had a secret planet, a sort of training ground for refugee civilizations, where it could teach them how to build weapons powerful enough to finally stop the Harvesters. So obviously, Independence Day 3 would have seen humanity accept that offer, jet off through a wormhole, and team up with all these weird new alien species to prepare for an all-out galactic showdown. You can just imagine how that would have looked. Humans using hybrid tech, alien allies bringing in their own bizarre weapons and tactics, and the Sphere's advanced AI brain tying it all together. Plus, it would have been satisfying to see this computer intelligence that lost its own biological form thousands of years ago finally get payback on the Harvesters. Considering how the first Independence Day ended with humans using a simple computer virus to cripple alien defenses, it actually feels pretty poetic that the next big move was to team up with an AI who had personal reasons to wipe these guys out. It's honestly a shame that we'll probably never see that movie, especially since Emmerich himself has admitted he regrets even making Resurgence once Will Smith walked away. The lackluster box office basically killed off studio enthusiasm, but it's still fun to piece together what might have been. An epic interstellar war movie blending old and new characters, crazy alien worlds, and humanity once again pulling off an impossible win because of our knack for improvising. Still, there's an interesting twist happening right now that could breathe new life into this universe thanks to Predator Badlands. In the trailer, eagle-eyed fans spotted a pretty incredible Easter egg, a harvester skull sitting proudly in a Predator trophy room. That tiny detail basically tells us the Yautja, the Predator species, have hunted and killed these same world-consuming aliens from Independence Day. It's such a fun connection because it cracks the door open for bigger crossovers or at least more playful references down the road. Imagine if Independence Day 3 didn't just give us humans and the Spheres Coalition going after the Harvesters, but also toss the Yautja into the mix. Maybe the Predators see the Harvesters as the ultimate hunting challenge and decide to track them back to their home world. Or picture a scene where a Predator Elder shows up on Earth, maybe offering humans some deadly new tech so they can all go after the same quarry. Even a quick shot of a cloaked Predator ship hovering over a Harvester drilling site would be enough to blow fans' minds. And if they really wanted to push the envelope, they could throw in a cameo from Weyland Yutani, linking the Alien franchise more directly. You could totally see Weyland suits arriving on Earth trying to profit from the war, only to accidentally stir up even more chaos. It would tie all these iconic sci-fi worlds together in a way that feels kind of natural, since the Predator films have already overlapped with Alien so many times. On top of all that, if Disney ever decided to give this thing the green light, whether for a theatrical run or as a flashy Disney Plus exclusive, they'd have the perfect chance to supercharge the cast. Bringing in someone like Tom Holland could give the franchise a younger face who's already loved for his mix of optimism and grit. Or if they wanted to double down on the Smith family legacy, why not pull in Jaden Smith? He could easily play a new pilot or squad leader trying to live up to Dylan Hiller's reputation. Willow Smith could slot in as a sharp, fearless scientist or strategist. It's not like sci-fi hasn't leaned into sibling teams before, and it'd be a clever way to honor Will Smith's original role while moving the story forward. Getting a fresh batch of big names like that would also hook new fans who maybe didn't grow up with the original. It could be the kind of revitalization this franchise needs, because let's be honest, after Resurgence, it definitely needs something to shake things up. And because the plot was already all about forming alliances with alien races, it leaves the door wide open for famous faces to pop up as alien leaders or rebels. Imagine seeing some new blue or insectoid species commanded by an actor you instantly recognize. That's the kind of thing that gets people talking. Either way, it'd be one heck of a ride that fans would still line up to watch. And that's that for today's video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.